Yo, let's chat for a bit. Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing on this lovely Sunday evening? I hope everything is all well. Come on this live because, I missed out on last Thursday. Was not feeling the best right now. I mean, not now, but I was not feeling my best last Thursday. There's a lot of things, just stuff mentally, stuff physically. Work kind of took me out a little bit, but overall, I'm very grateful that I could come back and do this live. First off, I want to check in on everybody, see how everybody's doing. How is everyone's doing for this evening? I hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend. And I know it's really winding down, but I hope everybody had a wonderful and blessed weekend. Me personally, I had a pretty reasonable weekend. Nothing bad. It's just I was on the go most of the weekend. So it's like church stuff, church meetings, like today's church service, Sunday school, just a lot of things that have been going on. Like I said, over the weekend, it's just been making runs all over the place. So I've been going here, going there, but very grateful that I actually enjoyed myself. I kind of, got a little bit of rest in, but I'm very grateful for, surviving this weekend. Like I said, wasn't a bad one, just pretty busy, pretty productive. Okay, hope everybody's doing well. I check in on everybody. I want to see how everybody's doing. Just want to, just get that out. I always try to get out the way the best of my ability every day. Make more videos probably be on TikTok, probably some reels on here, but I'm gonna do my best each and every day to try to keep up with everybody to the best of my ability. So it won't be every single day, but I would say 9 times out of 10 throughout the entire, week, I will check in on everybody, see how everybody's doing. Because it's very rare that we all do that. It's very rare that, you can just say, hey, how you doing? How's life treating you? How's the family? There's nothing wrong with that. We out here just thinking that we're so busy that, you don't check in on people that you really care about. So I do my best. I'm not trying to say I'm a perfect person at that, but I will do my best to try to check in and see how everybody's doing. So hope everybody's doing well. And I hope this start of this week, just stay on top of your game, stay on top of what you have to do. And the Lord will bless you. The Lord will bless you each and every day throughout this week. Just keep your head up and just keep pushing. Now, I'm trying to think of certain topics to talk about, because instead of me just doing like the usual, I would say, serious moments. But let's have a little fun here. I want to do a little what if. Now, I was thinking about this the other day, and it was like something I had really thought of, looking at something in my my dining room area. I was looking at my degree. I got my degree from Eastern Michigan University. I got my degree in communication technology. So I looked at my degree, and I was thinking to myself, what if? What if I actually did go down south for school? So that's why in this, this topic right here is what if I actually, made that decision to go down south to go to school. And I'm not knocking Eastern. I'm not knocking them at all. I'm not saying this is not a negative shot at my school. It's not. It really isn't. So it's just a what if situation because I want to go back to 2001, 2002, my senior year of high school. I would say, shout out to my 2002 class, Crockett. I love y'all. I hope I can keep up with y'all. I know everybody's doing their own thing. So just want to show my love to my, they call them Crockett Rockets. But 2002, I missed my class from 2002. I wish y'all the best at all times. I pray for y'all at all times. Y'all doing y'all thing. I know some people I still try to keep up with. Y'all doing y'all thing and just a blessing. But going back to my college experience, like I said, it's not a negative shot at going to Eastern, but it's a what if situation that I was thinking about the other day. So back in 2001, I had the opportunity to, of course I took the SATs, the ACTs and all that other stuff. Not saying I did the greatest, but, I applied for South Carolina State University. I applied for Claflin University, which is pretty much in the same area of South Carolina State. They're both historical black colleges. And my brother gave me a tour down there back in May of 2001 because he had graduated from South Carolina State. So he gave me a tour the very next day after his graduation. He gave me a tour of Claflin's campus. And it was beautiful. I loved every bit of it. It was a wonderful sight to see. So, he gave me that opportunity to look around and see how I would like it if I would actually went down south for school. So I applied to South Carolina State. I applied to Claflin. And up here, I did apply to Eastern University. So it's like I was thinking to myself, like, okay, let's see how things will work out. South Carolina State, denied my request, denied my application. I understood that. I wasn't upset, but they denied it. Then Claflin denied it. So I was a little, okay, let's see how it goes with Eastern. Eastern accepted it. I have set everything up through Eastern and set everything up, just trying to set everything up to the point that I could actually get myself prepared to go to Eastern for school. In the middle of this whole process, Claflin decided to send me another letter of acceptance. And I already got everything accepted at Eastern. So it was kind of like I was stuck between a rock and a hard place. So I told myself, like, well, I'm not knocking Claflin. Not saying anything negative about him, but I decided to just, stick with Eastern, and that was my end result. So I stuck with Eastern, and I went off to EMU, graduated 2008 in my Bachelor's of Science. I got my degree again in communication technology, and it taught me so much in that field and in that world. So it's like Claflin could have taught me a lot of things too. So if I would have went down south for college, oh boy, my life would be completely different. I mean, I'm not knocking anybody that, that goes to all these other schools. It's like, everybody has a different experience. But me, if I would have went to, even if I would have went to South Carolina State, it would have been a blessing because, my brother went there. My brother graduated 2001. That was a wonderful sight to see. He graduated, smile on his face. That was a big accomplishment. I applaud him to this day about that. But if I would have went to South Carolina State for school, life would be completely different. So it's like sometimes I just lay back and think about all the times I would say it's a what if, And it's not a what if like I'm beating myself up. I'm not thinking that way. I'm not thinking that way not one bit. But I will say that, what if something really went down? Like I said, life would be completely different. So this evening I was thinking about, just like I said, this was the topic I wanted to do Thursday, and I wanted to do something different tonight, but I kind of pushed things forward. Because like I said, last Thursday, I wasn't feeling my best. So I decided to do this topic today. Because like I said, it's going to be a lot of what if episodes because it's just something you can really sit down and think about. Like, what if certain things you did in life that, how would it change to this day? So me making my decision for going to EMU, I'm not thinking about it as a negative. Like Eastern did help me out a lot. Eastern helped me out in major ways I've never experienced before. I'm grateful for all the people that I met, grateful for all the great professors I had. I'm grateful for every single thing that Eastern has offered and put on the table for me, and I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. So my experience at Eastern is, I get more into that later. Like I'll make a live about my experience at Eastern. So I will do that the best of my ability to break everything down. And like I said, Eastern taught me a lot of things. So one live, I will break down a lot of things I did at Eastern, and I would love to share it with y'all. I'll just say my college experience. Hey, Charlitha, how you been? I haven't talked to you in a long time. Hope everything is all good. But my whole college life would have been different. Like I said, if I would have went to South Carolina State or even Claflin University, if I would have went to either one of them, that would have been a big change in my life, a huge change in my life. I probably even went down there and never came back. But like I said, I'm not beating myself up on going to Eastern. So hey, I graduated. That's a blessing. That was one of the biggest accomplishments I ever had in my life. So I'm very thankful for everything that I've learned, everything that Eastern has taught me up to this day. Because I use a lot of that experience right now, with my graphic design work. Although I have not done much graphics lately, but I am trying to get back on track with that. Taught me a few things in photography, still learning a lot of tricks of the trade with that. And it taught me other things, within my major, like animation, websites, and stuff like that. And it's just a lot, like, that they taught me. And I'm very grateful for everything that EMU had to offer me. So, thank you, EMU, for allowing me to, be a part of the alumni up there. And I'm very grateful for everything it's done in such a long time. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. That's great. I'm happy all is well with you. I'm very happy for you. That puts a smile on my face. I'm very happy that you're doing well. I know you haven't seen me on Facebook in a while. I haven't seen you on Facebook in a while, but it's all good though. I'm just, like I said, I'm just glad to see everything is all good with you. So that's great to hear. So I'm trying to figure out what could I talk about for my next topic for Thursday night. I'm going to really sit down and think about it. Just let it be fun stuff. Every once in a while, I will do some, I'm going to say serious stuff, but, some things that we could always sit back and talk about. So, again, thank you all this evening for coming out to support my live. I know a lot of people probably check out the playback, but appreciate those who tapped in. And, showed your face and shows you that you're online and you're checking my video out. I'm very grateful for that. So, I want y'all to stay blessed, keep your head up, and always, always keep God first, y'all. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.